AEW Worlds End took place last night. Let's take a look at these matches and let's take a look at what went down. So overall, I must say, I wasn't crazy about the show. Some of the matches should not have been on this card, and some of the decisions from last night's show was just horrible. Just horrible, and I will say, to me at least, this was their worst pay-per-view of 2023. So we had the first match, the 8-man tag team match. This is the match, I don't really know why it was on the card. I understand that all wrestlers, they were in the, in that tournament, the Continental Classic, but still, there's really no need for this match to be on the card. But that was Garcia, Briscoe, Claudio, and Danielson versus Rouge, White, Lethal, and Brody King. I felt like it was a decent match. Everyone got their stuff in. I wasn't crazy about the match, but it was an okay, regular 8-man tag team match. Daniel Garcia, he pinned Jay Lethal with a jackknife pin. So that was like, it's like Jay Lethal continues to lose match after match. It's getting really annoying. I don't know if they're gonna do some kind of storyline, is he gonna be able to redeem himself? But it was an okay match. Miro defeated Andrade. I actually liked that match. It was decent. Toni Storm versus Riho. What were they thinking? That's what I have to say about this match. The fact that they're in New York, and that's a tough crowd. It's a tough crowd. And the Riho is not over at all in this program. This match was just ridiculous. I wasn't a fan of the match. I don't understand why they even had the match. Of course, I know what led up to the match, why Riho got the title shot opportunity, but it was just still ridiculous. Pretty much, Toni Storm dominated for the majority of this match, and I was like, okay, when is this going to be over? When is Riho going to do her little comeback? Because you know what's going to happen. Well, Riho eventually got her comeback, and the crowd was not into Riho at all. And then Toni Storm, there was one point, I think Toni Storm hit the Storm Zero, and Riho kicked out. And then eventually Toni Storm hit I think it was like a modified DDT. I don't know the name of the move. And that was the match. It was, just ridiculous. Swerve defeated Dustin Rhodes. I guess Keith Lee is out injured. I'm not really sure what's going on with him. So before the match actually started, Swerve ambushed Dustin Rhodes. He injured his ankle, that spot with the brick. And I'm thinking, okay, Dustin Rhodes is walking away. He received attention, medical attention or assistance, from staff. And it seemed like he was going to leave, just say, hey, I can't do this match, walk out. And then he ended up turning back around and say, hey, I'm going to continue with this match. We have seen that before. So that's nothing new. And they went on. I think the match they had like maybe, I don't know how long the match was, but it was a few minutes. I was like, okay, why do that angle? Okay, you do the angle, okay, right? The injury angle, and then why are they still wrestling for a few minutes? It had to be like over 6-7 minutes. I'm not exactly sure, but Swerve ended up winning. But I just felt like it was just too long of a match because of what happened before the match. Swerve hit the curve stomp, and that was the match. And then we had another 8-man tag team match. Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Sting, Darby Allin versus Starks, Hobbs, Big Bill, and Takeshita. I was not a fan of this match at all. This was a sloppy match. Several sloppy moments, people out of place. It was just, to me, it was not a good match. Sammy hit the GTH on Ricky Starks, followed by a shooting star press for the win. So I was actually surprised that Ricky Starks took the pin. But hey, it was not for me. And then this other match, Abadon versus Julia Hart, another match. I don't understand why it was on the card. It didn't make any sense to me. It was just really sloppy. And I do like Julia Hart, but Abadon, I've never been a fan. I don't get it. I think her look, is creepy. I actually like her look, but it's just not for me. Sky Blue interfered. Julia Hart ended up winning the match with a sloppy moonsault. She has to work on that. If she can't do a moonsault, she has to find another move to do. And then we had Edge versus Christian. This was one of my favorite matches. This was actually a really good match. Although I wanted to see them have just a regular wrestling match, because Edge and Christian are two of the best wrestlers. Two of the best wrestlers in ring work wise. They are two of the best. This was a no DQ. The guys went at it. We had tables, ladders, chairs, and all that kind of stuff. Copeland, Adam Copeland, I'm going to call him Edge in this video because I'm just still used to calling him Edge. So Edge speared Christian through a table. We had that spot, and then we had the Nick Wayne spot. They put the table on fire, and Edge actually had to set the table on fire again. Edge powerbombed Nick Wayne through the table. And then Edge kicked, I think I may have things a little out of place. Edge kicked Christian in the balls, and then he hit the kill switch for the win. So I think, so that it did happen in that order. And then as Edge was celebrating, kill switch came out. He ambushed Edge. So that was just what happened. Like the aftermath of this match. It was just ridiculous. So if you didn't watch the pre-show, Killswitch won a Battle Royal. He won a Battle Royal match for a title shot opportunity for the TNT title. Now, I normally don't watch the pre-show, but last night I did. The fact that they had that, the Battle Royal on the pre-show match for a TNT title shot opportunity, and the fact that Killswitch attempted to cash in, I'm going to just say, the contract, or like Money in the Bank. And then Christian said, hey, let me sign this. Let me do this. And so Christian signed the contract. He speared Edge to win back his title. That was really ridiculous. And the execution of that was horrible. And now the thing is, not to sound like a broken record, the fact that they had the Battle Royal on a pre-show for Killswitch to get a title shot opportunity for the TNT Championship. Stupid. And then you have Edge actually lose the title after just 2 minutes. That was really dumb. But other than that, the match, I did enjoy the match. They are two of the best wrestlers, but that decision to do that was stupid. I mean, I don't get it. And then we had Eddie Kingston versus Jon Moxley. I do not like Moxley at all. I'm not a fan. Now, I do like Eddie Kingston, and I was more into Eddie Kingston last year. And I feel like, this year he's been like a little, sloppy and whatever. But this match, like, back and forth chops, the guys are not selling. At one point, Eddie Kingston hit a dive, and I think he hit his head on the rail. So I was just like, what's going on? And those those chops that he does in the corner, it's just horrible, and they just look so phony. And Eddie Kingston won a match. He won the match, but the back fist strike that he does it was more like a slap, but it was just it was pretty bad. But he won the match. And then we had the main event, Samoa Joe versus MJF for the AEW World Championship. I enjoyed this match. I thought this was a great match. MJF and Samoa Joe, they are great wrestlers. They both can go in the ring. These guys work well together. Samoa Joe was working on MJF's shoulder. There's some back and forth submissions. One point, Samoa Joe hit a few German suplexes. And then after that, he hit a Monster Buster, I think that's the name of the move, on the apron. And he pinned MJF, but he kicked out. I think that was kind of stupid, because he just hit several German suplexes, right? And then he hit his finisher on the apron, and then MJF still kicked out. And you think about it, MJF, he lost the Ring of Honor titles. The guy just hit him in the back with a pole, or pipe, I should say. And I know a pipe, an object, is going to inflict more pain. But after that, he was just done. So it was just kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of stupid. But anyway, we had a ref bump. MJF hit Samoa Joe with the F5. I was really impressed by that. And then MJF went over to Adam Cole. So many Adams in AEW, by the way. Asking for Adam Cole to give him the ring. Adam Cole took a few seconds to find the ring. He had difficulty looking for it. And then finally gave the ring to MJF. But Samoa Joe was able to lock on a submission, and he eventually choked out MJF. And Samoa Joe is the new AEW World Champion. That surprised me. That finish really surprised me. I really enjoyed the match, but I'm not sure about the finish. But it was, overall, that was actually a really good match. And now we know that Adam Cole is a devil. And Wardlow, and Roderick Strong, and the Kingdom, they are his goons. So interesting. And now the identity of the devil, like that, the ending of that, of the show, I actually like how they did that. And they turned the lights on, and as we saw after the match, Adam Cole was, just trying to be supportive to his so-called friend MJF. And then the goons came out, the devil's henchmen, the lights went out, and then Adam Cole was sitting in that chair. So overall, this was not the best show. It was not the best show at all. Like I said, my favorite matches: Samoa Joe versus MJF, Edge versus Christian, Andrade versus Miro. And that was about it. These other matches, just like, could do without them. Please let me know. Did you watch the show? If so, please drop a comment. Let me know. Do you feel the same way that I do about it? Or did you enjoy it? And what was your favorite match? Thank you, and take care, and Happy New Year, and be safe out there.